Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a lovely day so far. So in today's video, my main focus is going to be this palette right here. This is the I Heart Revolution Mini Chocolate Shadow Palette in the shade Raspberry Fall. So obviously we've got all of these incredible pinky, lilac-y tones, and that's going to be the eye look. Obviously these are the eyeshadows that I'm going to be using, and honestly I just got out a few of my other favourite things and we're just going to create some sort of pink cute look. I don't really know what I want to do. I haven't even opened this yet. It still has the little security seal thing on it, so I'm going to do the rest of my face first and then I will get onto the eyes and I'll do swatches and everything. So I'm going to start with primer. I have done my skincare obviously, and I didn't even realise the primer I've picked out perfectly matches my jumper. This is the Revolution CC Swirl Primer. If you have dry skin, and especially dry skin that's very sensitive and needs a lot of hydration, this is a fantastic primer. I have been loving it. When I first tested this, I did like a first impression and a wear test and everything. I used this on half of my face and I didn't see a great deal of difference. However, I have continued to use it and I think it doesn't necessarily elongate the wear of my foundation, but it absolutely helps my skin feel fantastic throughout the day. It's just an extra hydrating step and I've really been enjoying using it. So for foundation, I'm going to do my usual routine that I do with the Essence Stay All Day 16 Hour Long Lasting foundation, and I'm going to use one pump of this and one pump of the Enquiry polyglutamic acid. I feel like I've been going on about this combination in pretty much every single video recently, however it's for good reason. It looks incredible. So I take one pump, one and a bit on the back of my hand, and then really just one pump of the polyglutamic acid, mix it together with a brush, and then once that's all combined I just dot it all over and then I use a sponge to blend it out. I feel like this combination is just my favourite at the minute, so you better get used to it. If you watch any of my videos, then this will not be new to you because I've done it in pretty much every single one since like the middle of January when I first tried this foundation. It's beautiful. So once that's all blended out, can you see why I'm so obsessed with that combination? I just think it looks incredible. I think it covers over everything that I need it to cover over, but it feels so lovely and hydrating. It's not too glowy. I can still go in with all of my lovely glowy products over the top, and I know that this is going to last all day. I absolutely love it. For concealer, I'm going in with the Studio London Flaunt Flawless Cream Concealer. I did a full video testing out Studio London when they very first launched, and I wasn't the biggest fan of this concealer, and I don't think I've used it since. I can't remember, I might have done. I think I just used too much of it. Honestly, it's very full coverage, so I think I just needed slightly less of it. So I'm just going to use a tiny little bit, go in with my brush and tap it out, and then I will go in with my sponge afterwards and just make sure all the edges are blended. Yes, now that that is all blended out, I feel like I probably just used too much in that first testing video because I feel like that looks really nice. It is a matte coverage. It is a matte, like very full coverage concealer, but just use it sparingly. Use an eye cream underneath it, and I feel like that looks really nice. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to quickly just do my brows first. So I'm going in with the Essence Micro Precise Eyebrow Pencil. This is in the shade Dark Brown, and I'm also going in with the Brunette Elf Wow Brow. So I'll be right back when I've got some brows on my head. Okie dokie, so that's the brows on. They are dark, they are fluffy. That's how I like them, don't come for me. Going in with the Elf Contour Powder palette, and I'm going into the warmer of the two brown shades and the lighter of the two brown shades, and I'm just going to start bronzing. Not really doing any contour as such, more just trying to add a bit of colour back into my skin, trying to add a bit of life back in. So just dusting this all around. And then for blush, I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Pinch Me Pink powder blush. And this has like a really soft shimmer in it, and I have been loving it. And I feel like this blush with these eyeshadows, I feel like that works. Like in my head, that works. So hopefully, hopefully these colours will work nicely together. So just adding a bit of this. I may go in with a powder highlight. We will see. So that is all of the base done. Let me zoom you in and then I'll do some swatches. We'll swatch out all of these beautiful shadows and then we'll decide what we want to do on the eyes. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's really substantial, like plastic. It feels really substantial. It doesn't feel flimsy or like it's going to fall apart the first time you try and take it out of your house. But that's what the packaging looks like, all like shiny foiled. Then the I Heart Revolution logo, and that is what the colours are looking like. So I did recently test another palette in this collection. It was the warm brown one. I don't know if you can see it. No, it's just off camera. It's just up here. This one, I did recently test this one, so if you want to see the review of that, I will link it up in the cards. But the shades in that were absolutely beautiful, and some of them were toppers. One of them was like a topper, and the other two shimmers were incredible. The mattes were incredible, so I'm so excited to swatch these to see what the finishes are like. So I will just go ahead and swatch these. So these shades don't have a name, they are just numbered. So that's number 1, and that's like a duochrome shift. It's like gold and pink. It's like a brown when it's not catching the light, and then when it catches the light it's an incredible pinky warm reflect. That's so pretty. Then number 2 is a matte, and this is almost like a mauvey sort of pink tone. Very soft, not I mean, none of these shades are particularly dark or bright. They are very sort of soft wearable shades. Then number 3, wow, that is incredible. The number 3 shade in the other palette that I already swatched was beautiful, and this one is no different. It's pink, and then when it catches the light it has like a gold reflect to it. That's so pretty. And number 4 is another matte, and wow, that one is incredibly pigmented. Like I say, that is a matte, so the shades don't necessarily swatch all that well, but that colour is beautiful. And then number 5, wow, that's a really interesting shade. That's like a light peachy gold, almost like a rose gold sort of shade. I hope that those shimmers are coming off as incredible as I can see them in real life. They are beautiful. Now I just need to decide what I want to put on my eyes. I think that first shade, that first one, is calling my name. Honestly, I just want that all across my lid. That is so pretty. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is use the 2 matte shades, these ones here, and do like a halo sort of spotlight eye, and then put that first shade like down the centre, because honestly that shade, like, I can't stop looking at it. It's so incredible. It's such an interesting reflect. I'm so excited. That's so pretty. And annoyingly, this look would have been perfect, or the look that I'm now thinking I'm going to do in my head would have been so perfect for Valentine's Day, and I have completely missed the mark, of course. So never mind, there's always next year. So I'm going to take a little fluffy brush. This is clean, it's just stained, like it's definitely clean. I'm going to dip that into the lighter of the 2 pink matte shades, just lightly. I will tap off the excess and I'm going to start creating the shape that I want. So I'm going to pack quite a bit of colour on that inner corner and also on the outer corner, and then leave the middle blank. Use your words. Then I'm just going to use the same brush and I'm going to dip into, just on the very end of the brush, dip into the darker matte shade. Again, tap off the excess because I've got a feeling this is going to be very, very pigmented, and I'm going to just stamp that on the corners, so the outer corner and the inner corner as well. So I feel like those blended together like an absolute dream. I was right about that second shade, that was so pigmented. I barely needed any of that at all. So I'm going to use my finger, I think, because generally speaking shimmers and things are better applied with your finger. I'm going to go into this first shade, so loading that up on there, and then I'm just gonna pop that in the center and blend it into those mattes. That colour is incredible. In fact, I'm going to take it above the crease as well. I will blend. So I'm just going to go back into that first lightest pink shade and just make sure the edges of all of that are blended in really, really nicely. Don't want any lines or anything. I want this to look, I don't know. I don't know how I want this to look. I just need to blend it. So I'm just going to tap a little bit of this last shade. I'm going to tap that sort of under the eye, but like in line with where we've put that shimmer on the top, just so that we're using more than just 3 shades. So I'm going to look up and just pop that under there. Do I like that? Do I hate that? I think it'll do. I'm also just going to take a little flat brush and dip into that last shade and put that directly on the inner corner because it's me and I need something on that inner corner, and that's like the perfect shade for that. It's just bright enough, but it also like ties in with everything else. It's the right undertone for the eye look, but it's also bright enough that I can get my inner corner highlight fix. I'm just going to go back in with that darkest pink shade and just really intensify like the dark colour on the outer corner, and then I think I'm done. So I'm going to go ahead and just do like finish off the eyes. I'm going to do liquid liner. I'm going to do a big wing. So this is the Profusion Everlasting Waterproof eyeliner, and I'm also going to use the Wet and Wild, or Wet and Wild Big Popper mascara. I'm going to do both of those and I'll be right back. So that is the eyes completely done. I absolutely love it. For somebody who not that long ago said I don't wear a lot of pink eyeshadow and I don't really like pink eyeshadow, I've been wearing a hell of a lot of pink eyeshadow recently. I think I've done like 4 pink looks in the space of like 4 weeks. So that's a little bit mad. However, I do feel like this particular look has turned out really, really well. Let me zoom you out and we'll finish the rest of the face. So I'm going in with the Essence 8 Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in Rosey Nude. So I will just overline the lips a little. And then I'm going in with the Essence Caring Shine Vegan Collagen Lipstick. This is in the shade 202 My Mind. And I'm just going to tap a little bit of this over the centre, because this lipstick isn't necessarily glossy, it's just a little bit balmy, a little bit comfortable. Like, it's so comfortable on the lips, but the colour lasts really, really well as well all day. So this is the finished look. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have picked up this palette. Also let me know if you picked up the other palette from my other review. Like I say, I will leave that linked down below, but so far I am a huge fan. There are other shades in this chocolate bar collection. There's a couple that I have my eye on, so let me know if you want to see swatches and reviews of those, but I'm a really big fan. I can't quite remember, I think these are maybe £5, so affordable, and honestly the colours and the finishes are incredible. If you haven't seen the review for this one, there's one shade in here where I'm like speechless. It's so beautiful. I'm a really big fan. Let me know what you think as well down below, but until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye.